What's up, YouTube? Listen, family, I'm tapping in, guys, making sure we're locked, loaded, and ready to go for this upcoming week, man. Listen, it is going to be another crazy week, okay? So I'm telling you to brace for it now, all right? Listen, guys, the market is not only retested June lows in some instances, we may have the potential to see it go down even further. But in case we get a bounce, I want to talk to you guys all about it, guys. So keep it locked. Listen, today, man, I want to talk about the fact that on tomorrow, you might get a situation where you might get what I call a relief bounce, okay, or a relief rally, okay. We calling it a pump fake, okay. It is intended to, again, fake you out, okay, only to potentially come back lower. And so I got this pulled up for you guys, and this is about what I call trading sideways or bar coding, okay, or accumulation. If you get a market that don't gap up tomorrow, so I want you guys, first thing tonight, I want you to look at futures. In the morning, I want you to look at futures once you wake up, and then I want you to study pre-market. If you don't get a gap up, meaning if you don't see your stocks go higher or are in the green, that's a gap up, okay? If we don't open with a gap up, you may see accumulation, a day where, okay, it's kind of in a range, it's range bound, similar to what I'm showing you here on this graphic, okay? There will be accumulating at those levels. I often say they do things like that, so whether it go up or down, we will know that will be a level that it will come back to. So be mindful of that phase on tomorrow of what you see, okay? If you don't get a pump fake or a relief bounce, okay, that means your stock will go up at 9:30, everything will just pop up and turn green, okay, or already be green in pre-market and then open up green, okay? If you don't get that, you may get a gap down. That means everything will open up and be red. Okay, you guys have seen enough of that, not only this past week, but just throughout this entire year. But what I'm saying and what I want to preface is that I want you guys to be looking for, if those two examples don't pan out, look for a period of accumulation for me, okay? Because that's going to tell you a lot. You need to mark those levels of what you see, the little range that the stocks may be stuck in for a temporary moment. And then your job, and your one job only, is to see which way it breaks out, whether to the upside or to the downside, and then be ready to get to the money after that, okay? Let's go ahead and dive into a few plays on the day. Okay, guys, I got Apple pulled up here, and it is sitting at 150.57 at the time of this. It closed on Friday down almost 1.5%, okay? That's a big day for Apple. 1.5%, 2%, that's a big down day for Apple, okay? So when I talk about gapping up, again, if you see this at 151 in the morning, then just be on the lookout for a relief bounce, okay? We're oversold in the market, so if it comes, it do, but it can continue to go lower, okay? But let's go ahead and look at this 3-month chart, because I want to tell you about, we don't want to get caught up in temporary moves. I want you guys to be focusing on more massive or major moves, okay? So 151, if it goes to the upside or gap up, 152 is going to be the likely resistance level. But let's go ahead and look at these levels. If it's currently sitting at 150.57, the next level it's going to drop to, I want you guys to write some of these numbers down, okay? Below here, that's where it's going to maybe test if it gaps up. But below here, look what the levels you got. 147, you seen that already, because it was at 148 before it even had this end of the day rally back up to this level. So again, look for 147 to be tested. If we finally break 147, you guys got 145 right here. And look at this, was trading sideways, and so this is just what we talk about, that accumulation area. This will be one of those areas. So if you know if you lose or we go down and we come down from 150, then you guys need to be looking for the psychological level of 147 next, and then you guys need to be knowing that 145 will be your next target ultimately before you go to 140. You guys have levels, and inside of your levels there's ranges. So 150 to 140 would be a range, but before you get to 140, guys, you got to stop by and holler at 145, 147, okay? Those are ample opportunities to make a lot of money. All right, let's go ahead and do the same thing covering this one. This one is Tesla, guys, ticker symbol TSLA. This one is sitting at 275. And look, it had a 3-test try on this week and was unsuccessful at breaking through. That means potentially there's more room to the downside. However, with everything being oversold, there's a strong potential that everything on a temporary level can get a small little relief bounce. Okay, we call that a pump fake. It's doing that only to come back down. So don't get tricked out, don't get trapped, but don't overly play things to the downside if you're not paying attention to the trend, because you can get trapped that way too. Let's go ahead and look at Tesla 3 months out. If it's sitting at 275.85 right now, look at the chart. Every dip will always be retested most cases. Okay, so like a dip, what I mean is like this. So when Tesla was this dip right here at 283, it bounced and then it came back, and then all the way down here it's at 270. It came back to test 283. This is the same thing. 270, it's going to bounce up. We've seen it get to 304. We've seen it get to 309. Boom, now it's going to come down. If you get a relief bounce, do not fall for it. You can make some money off of it if you know what you're doing, but you're going to definitely test this level of 270, because we're sitting currently at 275. And then if we can't hold 270, we're going to have some support around 260. Okay, I want you to take it one day at a time, one play at a time. I'm never going to overcomplicate the game. Matter of fact, I'm going to do my best to simplify the game so that you can know clear, concise levels, both to the upside and downside, on how to navigate a bear market and how to still make money despite these conditions that we're in, because we got a lot more pain to come. Fed Powell has already stated that, so I want you guys to be prepared for that. Okay, and let's close out on this note, guys. The SPY, ticker symbol SPY, sitting at 368. This one had a fluke rally into close to get it back from, it was sitting down at 163.50. It popped all the way up to 168. Okay, but look at after hours. Okay, I want you guys to watch and see. It traded sideways at 168, so they didn't make it go higher than that, which would be resistance at 370. Okay, so I want you to look for a gap up potentially in pre-market to see if it go there. If it don't, look for a gap down back to that 365 level and or below. Okay, we got so many opportunities coming up this week, whether it's the upside or downside. This too is due for a relief bounce. Okay, but listen, if you don't get that, you react to something like that. You don't try to anticipate whether we will or won't get one. What I want you guys to do is watch, wait, and see. And then when you see, I want you to pounce and react to what you see. Exactly what, if it go down, guys, it's going down. You ain't got to worry about nothing else. You just need to get in and get out. See profit, take profit. That's been the number one thing that I've taught you guys this year that you have done such a great job with, is learning to stop holding all day and understanding when you see profit, take profit. Because if you can start stacking up small victories, guys, not only does it build your confidence, it also builds and grows your portfolio accounts and your portfolio values. And so now you start having a more positive outlook. You start taking advantages of these moves and these swings, whether to the upside or downside, because regardless, guys, there's money to be made. And as I often say, guys, we ain't bulls, we ain't bears, we get money around here. And if I can teach you guys the game the correct way on how to navigate, because it's going to come a time where we're going to be knocking them out the park and stocks going to the moon again, but that doesn't happen in a bear market. So you need to know the difference and know how to win in this market and then win in the market we had in 2020. Okay, it's levels to this game, but let's get ready to get to it, get back to the money on Monday morning. It'll be here before we know it. I hope you guys are locked, loaded, and ready to go. Listen, guys, I hope this was helpful. Hope this added a little value, giving you clear levels on where stocks will go at least as early as tomorrow, let alone this whole week. Okay, listen, we make videos like this every day, so if you like this one, make sure you check out the next one. Remember, most people see the end result, very few consider the journey. Do me a favor, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys grab some free stock using my links below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.